Whoa, what is that sound? Can someone make it stop? Seriously, what is happening right now? It's not stopping. All right, let's figure this out. Because, to really get what's going on here and why pretty much the entire basketball world was buzzing about this one single relentless sound, we gotta go back just a few minutes.
So, picture this. It's February 28th, 2026. We're in Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena, and we've got ourselves a real nail-biter of an NBA game.
I mean, just look at this score. We're deep in the third quarter, and the hometown Pistons are just barely hanging on, up by 1 point against the Cavs, 65-64. You can feel the tension, right? Every single play matters. The crowd is absolutely electric. This is what pro sports is all about.
So there's a timeout. The teams huddle up, they're drawing up plays, getting set for this huge final stretch of the quarter. The ref blows the whistle, waves the players back onto the court, and, like clockwork, the buzzer sounds to end the timeout. That familiar sound. Except, this time, it just doesn't stop.
Yep, that's the sound. The horn that was supposed to go for, a second? 2 seconds max? It just keeps blaring. I mean, this relentless, piercing noise is just bouncing off every wall in the arena. And this is how fast it all went wrong. I mean, at 1 second, it's normal. By 5 seconds, it's just really annoying. But by 10 seconds, it's pretty clear to everyone, the players, the coaches, the 20,000 fans in the stands, that something is seriously, seriously broken.
So what was it? What could cause this? Well, it turns out the villain of our story is something surprisingly simple: a power surge. Just a quick, little spike in electricity that basically zapped the circuits of that huge, super complex, and very, very expensive overhead scoreboard. And it just locked the horn in the on position.
And here's the thing, this wasn't a quick, oops, let me flip a switch kind of fix. Oh no. The noise, the confusion, the sheer chaos, it lasted for 18 full minutes.
I want you to really let that number sink in. 18 minutes. Think about the most annoying sound you can possibly imagine. Got it? Okay, now picture that sound blasting nonstop in a huge, echoey arena for about as long as an entire episode of your favorite sitcom without any commercial breaks. Yeah, that's what every single person in that building was going through.
You can just imagine the scene behind the curtain, right? The sources describe it as frantic work from the arena staff. I'm picturing technicians just scrambling everywhere, desperately trying to figure out how to shut down this state-of-the-art system that's completely gone rogue.
And out on the court, well, you're seeing the perfectly human side of this tech meltdown. The players, who were just moments away from intense competition, they just kind of give up and head back to the bench, totally bewildered. You've got the officials huddled at midcourt, probably with their hands over their ears trying to figure out a plan. At one point, they even tell the teams to start warming up again, I guess just to give them something to do while this horrible noise just goes on and on.
So after 18 long minutes of this auditory nightmare, and with no quick fix anywhere in sight, the officials finally realize they can't just wait for it to stop on its own. They have one option left, and it's a big one. It was time to pull the plug.
And this wasn't a small decision, It wasn't just some tech flipping a breaker. The refs actually had to bring both head coaches to midcourt to have a serious talk. They all had to agree to keep playing the game without a working overhead scoreboard. No shot clock, no game clock, nothing. Once everyone was on board, they made the announcement, and the arena crew did the unthinkable. They just shut the whole system down. And then, suddenly, silence. Just blissful, beautiful silence. And the second that horn cut out, the entire arena just exploded. The source material says they gave loud cheers. Honestly, it was probably the biggest cheer of the entire night. Not for a slam dunk, but for the beautiful sound of nothing.
Okay, so your multi-million-dollar system is toast, but the game has to continue, right? So how in the world do you replace this incredibly complex, integrated timing and sound system for a professional basketball game? Well, the answer, it's actually kind of hilarious.
You are not going to believe this. The solution, the thing that saved the game, was one manual air horn. I'm serious. They replaced the whole high-tech shebang with a simple handheld air horn. The kind you'd buy at a party store. So now, the official scoring crew had the job of manually blasting this thing for the rest of the game. All right, so the game is back on. Players are trying to get used to playing without the giant scoreboard looming over them. The crowd is finally settling down, and everyone's thinking, okay, the weirdest part of the night is over.
But nope, there was one last perfect, ironic twist left in this story.
You guessed it, just moments after the game got back underway, with the little manual horn ready to go on the sidelines, the giant overhead scoreboard just flickered back to life. The whole thing. Game clock, score, shot clock, everything was working perfectly again, as if it had just been taking a little nap.
And really, that just leaves us with this one thought, doesn't it? This whole bizarre chain of events, from the power surge to 18 minutes of noise to the little air horn that could, it's just a hilarious and honestly a powerful reminder. You know, we build these unbelievably complex, interconnected pieces of technology, but sometimes, when it all falls apart, the best, most reliable solution is the simplest one you can hold in your hand. So what do you think? When our fancy tech fails, is the simplest tool always the best backup?